Today let's do a chapter featuring Aone. So as children, you and Aone go shopping together. He says we're heading out and his parents tell you to have a safe trip. He reads the list and it says a pack of eggs, a bottle of milk, and some snacks you like. He says let's go. So you get what you need at the grocery store, and as you're walking back, Aone says, hold on, let me carry everything. I can't make you carry all this heavy stuff. But you insist, and he says, okay, then just the eggs. Take care so they don't break. But to think the change is less than 100 yen, we can't even buy ice cream with this. Shall we go to a candy store on the way back? But you're interrupted by a loud bark and you see a scary dog in your path. Aone says it's okay. As long as it's tied up, it can't come near us. Why is the chain so long? The dog grabs the bag with the eggs and Aone scares it off. He says, are you okay? Are you hurt anywhere? What's wrong? You tell him you're okay, but the eggs got ruined, and he says it's good you didn't get hurt. About half of the eggs got ruined. We can't buy more with a couple 10 yens we have left. Let's just go back honestly but a piece of paper flies into his face and he says, what is this? Turns out it's a flyer for half a dozen eggs for 68 yen. He says this. So you two buy the eggs and replace the broken ones with the new ones. Aone says this should be good. Remaining, we have 3 yen and an extra egg. I think we have some pancake mix at home. Why don't we just make pancakes? So you're older now and you're lugging groceries home when you hear someone say, wow, that looks heavy. They take your bag and say, what did you buy so many of? Aone says potatoes, onions, it's all heavy stuff. Let me carry it home for you. You tell him it's rare to see him at this time, and he says club ended early. I saw you from behind, and I wanted to go home with you. No, I actually saw you wobbling around, and I was wondering what you were doing. You should be careful. That's dangerous. You ask him if the stuff is heavy, and he says this is fine. It is heavy, but I want to carry it, so don't worry about it. You tell him as thanks you'd like to make him dinner, and he says, is that okay? You ask him if he doesn't want to come, and he says, I'll come if you say I can. What's for dinner? You tell him for dessert you're making homemade sweet chestnut paste, and he says, hooray, let's go home then. You suddenly hear a dog bark, and Aone says, that surprised me. Now that I'm thinking about it, we got barked at by a dog long ago, remember? When we were kids, I was really scared we were gonna get bitten. The dog looked so big, I thought I had to protect you. Wait. Forget about that just then. You tell him you didn't know that's what he was thinking at the time, and he says, I think that's a normal response when the person you like is right beside you. You start getting flustered, and he says, embarrassed? It's a draw then. He takes your hand, and he says, we used to hold hands when we go home together. Only sometimes, and until we reach the house. I'm looking forward to the sweet chestnut paste.